Hello, hello. Welcome to today's messages. Let's tap in, tune in to the frequencies of the earth and the day. Just go around the world there. Perfect. Perfect. Let's see what comes up for us today. I hope you are well, choosing love wherever you go, and you're listening to your intuition and your higher self, staying connected, staying fortified as this debris from the atmosphere affects or swirls around and can affect. We've got growing older. Through growing older, more experiences, through more experiences, more wisdom, right? This grace, this acceptance, this recognition of process, it's all part of it. We all have our seasons, right? And to flow with it, to grow with it. Is better than to not. You see those who are having a hard time growing with it, right? Get to know who you are in every iteration of self, and don't lock yourself into a version of you that you were in the past. You sacrifice every step, every lesson, every experience, everything in between. You know, what is that? The midlife crises, where people suddenly are like, oh my God, I'm getting older. And then they try to revisit their youth, dyeing their hair, or getting the same haircut, or wearing the same clothes, or trying to do the same things. This is a locking down of our evolution. This is a denial of our growth. And we need to release that. Did you see how awkward that was? Release and balance and time shift. No, I don't think this one's balance. What's this one? This is release. Release what getting older means to you, and instead discover and explore what it is through being present, right? We've got this time shift here. This is exactly it. We are shifting times from when we were babies to when we were teenagers to when we were young people to when we were nurturers or older people and to when we are even older than that, right? It's a shifting, it's a growth, it's evolution. Okay, I want to see what this one is. I feel like it's balance, but duality. Close. Duality. Yes. We are an embodiment of all. Right? When you are young, you're just young. When you are midlife, you are both midlife and young. When you are old, you are all young, midlife, and old. This is why the elders hold the wisdom, because they've been there and they've done that. And so it's all part of the process. It's all part of the great living and dying and being experience, not in that order, right? And so the more able we are to release our grip on the past, that's exactly it. I don't want to grow old. I want to stay young forever. And it's like, that's not what you signed up for, right? You signed up for the human experience. And growing older is part of it. Okay. So let's see what the runes want to contribute to that. Just think about allocation of energy too, right? You're trying to hold the past. You're trying to force the river to rewind, to go upstream. You're denying yourself the experience in your now, where you're at right now in your growing older. From the moment we're born, we're growing older, right? So what does that mean to you? And maybe revisiting those connotations, those definitions. What growing older means now is a lot different than what it meant back in the day, right? And, or is it? Or does it? Maybe it's the same. Okay. But yes, it is about transformation. We've got Perthrow. This is a good omen. This is a good thing. Let's see what it says. It says good omen, fate, the unknown, initiation, and the occult. Okay. So that's the other thing about growing old. We are moving into the unknown. This is why staying young, going back, holding on to the past has such a hold, or a it's enticing, it's tempting, it's attractive, because we've been there. We know it's the known, right? I know when I was young, I used to do this and that, and I would do this and that, and I looked like this and that, and I used to have this and that. As you're growing older, you are moving into the unknown. You haven't been there yet. And so we have this tendency to deflect and avoid. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Getting older is moving into the unknown. Into the unknown. Into the unknown. And we are releasing our fears and resistances to the unknown and embracing it. This is how we move forward. This is how we grow and expand and evolve. This is how we push ourselves out of the unknown into the unknown. That's how expansion works, right? You have to move from where you were to a place you haven't been. This is life. This is the cyclical nature of life. Also, with duality, this is that beautiful balance between your masculine and your feminine, your light and your shadow. Okay, we've got reaching a goal and speaking your truth, claiming your destiny. Okay, this is a wands. This is action. This is your passion leading you to where you are now. And, you know, some people, they have this checklist of what growing old means. Growing older, it's saying. Not growing old, growing older, right? So, like tomorrow, we have grown older by a day. This is a recognition that it's not it. It's not it. Right? When we're making plans for ourselves, if we do, when we're young, oh, when I'm old and I'm like 40 or something, right? Because old was so far away, older was so far away. I'm going to be doing this, I'm going to be needing this or feeling this or whatever. And then we get there and we're like, wait a second, this isn't old. When I'm 60, that's when it's old, right? And then you get there and you're like, well, yeah, sure, I'm older, but I'm not old, right? So instead of declaring from a younger perspective what you think it should look like at a certain age, just project contentment, peace, ease, grace, love, joy, peace, peace, peace. Okay. Okay, so there's something about speaking your truth, and you speak truth from a place of wisdom, and you gain wisdom through experience, and you gain experience through life being lived, and life living means growing older, right? Boom, bada bing. So release yourself from the confines of what that should look like, feel like, be like, and allow it to be, right? This is another trying to control an unknown. It's going to be like this. No, you don't know. If you're going to impose anything upon the future, impose your highest and greatest timeline, impose the best case scenario. Okay, we've got the Chariot coming up. So time's flipping by, right? The time shift is real. It's constantly moving and evolving as we do. This is the universe lining up timelines to meet you where you're at. And energy is infinite. What if getting older didn't mean what we're conditioned to think it meant or it means? Right? What if it was just about getting wiser? Then maybe we'd be a little bit more excited to move forward. We'd be a little less likely to cling to the past and be excited for the revelation. of the future. Okay, we've got the balancing of justice coming out here. So that is beautiful. I feel like this is an in tandem thing with your expansion, with your transformation, with your integrated dualistic nature, this recognition of all things, this overflow of self-mastery, self-embodiment. This is both you being an example on offer to others, as well as right from your inside offering out, but also the outside reflecting and offering back to you. Right? Look at this gesture here. It's very much, come here, you tickly little. Someone's tickling me. Yeah. Right? It's on offer, and it's overflowing, and it's the vessel that holds liquid sunshine. And what I've never noticed before, it's not sitting on the hand, it's part of the hand. This is that overflowing into others as being the most pure offering of self from this overflowing state. Change the world starts with you, right? Beautiful. Okay, well, that came out on this Seven of Wands, this reaching, this summit point, this getting to the top of the mountain. And, you know, maybe in the past, these are past versions of self, different stages. And maybe some of them thought, once you get to the top of the mountain, that's it. But now you're at the top of the mountain, right? It's just like when you're 40-year-old, and then you get to 40 and you're like, wow, it's beautiful up here. Wow. Now I can actually see all these different pathways. Now I can go back down the mountain with ease and flow, because I'm in a perspective now where I can see. I have experience of going up the mountain that one way, right? Maybe I'm just going to hop into this river and float all the way down to the ocean. Okay. Can we get more on speaking your truth? That's too many. Look at all this on the grounding here. So the justice coming in is because of your ability to choose love in every moment, to harness your balance between your masculine and your feminine, your being and your doing, knowing when to be and when to do, your embodiment of the Empress energy, okay, this holding of the frequency, this maintenance of your vibration, this faith in your ships coming in. This frequency is like a beacon or a lighthouse that signals to your ships, over here, I'm over here, right? This is about alchemizing your doubts and your fears, the adversaries, the devils, the things that come up against you that want to block you. This is also a recognition that those same things are part of the process that helps to empower you, strengthen you, shape you. This is you becoming a king in your heart space, taking actions from your heart, letting love be your guide. If you have an open heart when you are about to make an action, take an action, make a move. Your heart being the indicator of yes, go this way, or no, don't go that way, right? This is temperance. This is the balance. This is the acknowledgement of process, of duality. To make a strong sword, the metal must endure the heating and the cooling and the banging and the resting process, right? And this is what shapes and makes it strong. Just like diamonds, they become diamonds through extreme heat and pressure. Okay. This process that you've been engaging in, that you are in, this is something highly favored, supported, and celebrated by your divine spirit team, who are cheering you on as you go, right? You are doing things beyond the capabilities of your ancestors for whatever reason. And in healing, in changing, in doing different, in progressing, in evolving, in alchemizing, in processing, in embodying, you do so for your ancestral line as well, before and after you. It's major powerful work here that you're doing. Okay, what else we got? We got the tending of your spiritual garden, okay, which is a very important part of all of the processes, to be able to tap in, tune in, turn on, create a flow state of connectivity, of open connectedness, protected, fortified against lower frequency energies, and aligning with your highest and greatest truth. You do this through your spiritual tending, through practice, through dedication, through commitment to self, and the discernment necessary to release all else, to release anything that no longer serves. This is your intellect, decisive, swift ability to recognize what is for you and what is not for you. Okay. So I feel like because it all landed on the justice, we were touching on the process of the work, the experiences involved in growing older. And the wisdom to know the difference. And the wisdom to know the difference. Okay. Let's get one more card here. Tell us a little bit more about this Ace of Swords here in the speaking of your truth and how that affects your timeline. Well, once you have connected to your greatest and highest truth, you are more able to receive the signs and synchronicities from your divine spirit team that are leading and nudging, confirming, supporting, protecting you along your path. So that's beautiful. Right? Just like glimmers or cake crumbs into the unknown, right? It's almost like it's your support system. Yes, you're going into the unknown, but you are led and guided while you are there, or on your way, or the whole way. The whole way! Okay, we'll see if there's any more cards that want to come out from this deck. We'll do one more shuffy here. Healing broken hearts. Healing old wounds. We don't want to take them with us. Trusting, having faith in the things unseen. Also, there's something really beautiful about growing older, just like a seed, right? A seed is like a newborn or even in utero. And as it grows older, it goes through its stages and phases and then eventually blooms and dies. Nature shows us the beauty of growth everywhere we look, the stages of life and death everywhere we look. And this is releasing control and allowing process, I want to say. And then we've got the 4 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. So this is giving me soul tribe that is moving towards your balanced, abundant, celebratory, gorgeous love fest. That is this card. Okay, so this is like soul tribe, people who want to see you succeed, help you succeed, support you in succeeding. And being balanced. This is the light and the shadow, the masculine and the feminine coming together in balance. So this is also like sacred divine union. It's also can represent a marriage, a lifelong commitment, devotion, but also stability, right? 4 legs create stability. So, and because this is a 5, these are either people for you or against you, and there will always be both. This is the dualistic nature of the world, right? As bright as you shine, you are going to trigger those who are in denial of their own light. And so they look at you and they're like, how dare you shine when I lack the courage to do so myself, right? By you shining, you are a living example of what other people are denying in themselves. And not everybody is going to appreciate that being pointed out, right? But also, Your shining indicates to other people who are shining that you are speaking the same language, right? So soul tribe, people who also are shining. Yes. Okay. Okay. So we'll just move on from there. Let's get an archetype here for growing older. Too many cards. Okay. It's like, okay, just one then. The Bardo. I don't know what that is, but it's a 50. And it's looking like the wisdom that you gain from everything that you release. Right? We got this giant, like, third eye, and then all these skulls around it. It's like all those versions of self that we've grown out of and released, right? With the shedding of the skin, with the snake. It's the releasing this old version of self, and the new is born. And this leading to wisdom, an understanding, a recognition, a knowing, a confidence even of self, with self, for self, about self, by self. Okay. The Bardo, the liminal, the in-between, the transition. Whoa. Doesn't Perthro say something about transition? Let me just double check that. I feel like... No, it's initiation. But initiation is part of your transition, right? Get initiated into your new role, into your new space and place, this in-between period. Okay, let's just read it. It is said that the Bardo is a place between this life and the next, a liminal realm through which souls pass. Envisioning this inherently mysterious space creates the potential for us to rise above the concerns of this world and see our relationships through a cosmic and timeless lens. We may receive messages from those who are no longer with us. Sorry, I lost my space when I mixed those up. Or see visions of lives not yet lived. In the Bardo, there is potential to forgive the unforgivable, to say the unsaid, to see the unseen, to love the unloved, to let go of all the things that cause us pain. The Bardo suspends us in its spaciousness for just long enough to open us to higher wisdom. Its energy does not belong to Earth as we know it, but rather to the cosmic network of which we are a single thread. Wow. When in light, spaciousness, grace, forgiveness, and truth. Beautiful. When in dark, torment, dislocation, hallucination, and transience. When the veil between this life and the next is thinned, energy is stirred. This allows for remarkable healing and vision. The Bardo is not to be feared. Take advantage of its energy by recognizing what needs to be resolved. Trust that there is a message for you from beyond. Who is speaking? Go ahead and listen. could be the older version of yourself. Okay, let's get one of these cards. This is an affirmation deck, so let's get a beautiful affirmation for ourselves. Enlightenment. A single moment truly lived is the same as living 1,000 lifetimes. The wisdom of the universe teaches me that each moment is genuinely experienced when I awaken to the power of infinite love and gratitude, the keys to mastering the game of life. Enlightenment. Beautiful. And this is another aspect of growing older and having the wisdom, is observing, seeing through the eyes of the past, right? Like when my son was doing his first things, I was able to see those things again for the first time, but it was through this wisdom lens. It was this really cool experience of having been there and done that, but also doing it again for the first time, if that makes sense. When you know, right? But we don't need to necessarily have children to experience this. We can just, sit in a park and watch children play and revisit that innocence, that time period when we didn't know, when we were curious, when we were playful, when we were imaginative, and bringing it to our now, to the present moment. I think this is what the Hecate maiden mother crone idea is about. And I always want to adjust it to inner child, inner mentor, and inner wise one, so that it covers, it's genderless, right? Because as we are getting older, we are accessing these three states and living in our now from those three perspectives. I just came across this thing and it said, always make choices that satisfy your inner child and your inner wise one. And then you're doing it right. Okay. Something about that. Okay. Let's get a kitty card. See what kitties want to come out and give us guidance. Oh my God. Okay. Meditation, cuddles, purification, I want to say. What old beliefs, stagnant energy, or unhealthy habits can you toss to the wind in order to set yourself free? Feel the air on your skin and the earth under your paws. Cuddle in with this kitty and feel her purrs. Awaken your heart. And practice with chutney and watch your awareness brighten until life itself becomes a moving meditation. That's the meditation one. Okay, we've got warrior and resilience. Beautiful. Meet Mishkin Rough and Tumble. He knows his teeth are sharp and his claws are his prized possessions, carefully honed to points. He is a little ninja, but has a heart of love and softness. We can call on Mishkin when we need to stand up for ourselves, set boundaries, or be daring. So, whether you're about to climb a giant boulder or take a leap of faith or ask to be paid what you're worth, remember little Mishkin and his bravery. Yes, he did whack that big scary dog on the nose, even though he is only a little kitten. He's so cute. Oh my goodness. Mishkin. Okay, and resilience. Meet Golden. He really knows how to absorb the sunshine even after some rough patches. He has faced the lonely, hungry alleys, losing those he loved through both chance and betrayal. He allows his feelings of sadness, grief, disappointment, and failure to flow through him and pass as everything does. He is present with the fullness of life, the complete spectrum of experience, right? Even in the deepest, coldest night, there is a golden sun in his heart to sustain him. Trust in your resilience. Keep moving, keep accepting, and keep growing. The tide is turning. Beautiful. Beautiful, right? Gorgeous. Yes, yes, it is. Okay. Get some love messages. This many. Clean your space. Yes, take the time, move the energy, remove the evidence of old timelines, dust, and release stuck energy so that there is a flow. We want flow. Okay, ground yourself. Yes, grounding, balancing, releasing, resetting, rewiring, connecting. Especially in these times, there's so much atmospheric debris, other people's emotions and fears and doubts and traumas are all floating around in the air around us. So fortify your energy, clear it, clean it, cleanse it regularly, and ground, and create this clear pathway that is you, and then move forward from that space. Okay, river magic is another way to do that. It is also highly charged atmospheric potency, electrons, things that we can absorb through osmosis. And so this is another way to ground and connect and heal and clear and clean and be. Okay, and comfort food. When you are eating something, only think about how nourishing it is for your body, how delicious it is, how worthy you are to receive, and nothing else. Release all else. Okay, if you are what you eat, then eat love only. Okay, let's get a couple of charms. That was all of the charms. And look who came out to play. Hecate 4444 on the timer. Okay, so that's beautiful confirmation of that whole thing. We've also got the dragon here. Gorgeous. The dragons are meant to help you purify, cleanse, and release. They are part of your warrior status mode. They are there on an energetic level, helping you in all the ways. Connect to your magic, connect to your power, to be empowered, to um, to guard and guide you as you excavate and go into the dark and in the unknown. Okay, so powerful, powerful stuff there. We've got this horse. Oh, wow. Beautiful confirmation of the movement of your timelines lining up to meet you here. Okay, the things are on the move here. We've got action, movement, horse. Horse, of course. Oh, look, there's a sparrow. Is it a sparrow? Sparrows indicate that home and safety are near. And they also mate for life, and that's a beautiful thing. Okay, we've got this wish. Okay, you're moving out of a liminal space into a world where wishes come true. And you're also, your intuition here is leading you, guiding you, sensing it coming. So that's beautiful. We also have this purity, and I want to say it has something to do with your speaking your truth here, purity of your intention, of your voice ringing true and authentically. We've got the, this is interesting because, oh, it's still kind of there. This is the matabiak shell, is what it was called. I have an heirloom that's a matabiak, and that's what my Oma called it, matabiak. And it's set like this, and it's supposed to act as the third eye talisman. But we're more familiar with the spiral, which is interesting because that points the evil eye repellent within, like towards self. So I don't know about that, but third eye, I feel like not third eye. Oh, interesting. Could be third eye. You could be sensing with your third eye that there are those who are seeing you. Right? This is part of this. When you are visible, everyone can see you, and not everyone has your best and highest intentions in mind. And to those, that's what evil eye is, right? They are jealous, they are wishing ill upon you, whatever the case may be. When you're fortified, when you are aligned, speaking your truth, and living your highest and greatest timeline, you are impenetrable to evil eye. Okay? It has no power over you. And so you don't have to worry about it. It's there, but it's inconsequential. And it actually is more of a reflection of those giving it than to you. When you're shaken, when you are hesitant, when you have energetic leaks and fissures, that's when they can get in and start to tear you down from the inside. This is why this fortification of self is very important, because it is your own form of energetic protection. Okay, we also have the amethyst spider, which speaks about energetic protection. Okay, so you want to have a high energetic protection game. You want to keep yourself in a state where you only receive messages, signs and synchronicities, and energetic um, resonances that are aligned with your highest and greatest truth. This is what you protect yourself for with about against all of that. Okay. And then we've got this owl here on the move. This is your wisdom to know the difference. Okay. When it is truth, when it is aligning with your truth, and when it needs to be removed or even alchemized, right? And then we've got the fairy here. So I want to say you've got elementals and spirits and the divine working in your favor behind the scenes. Trust it, believe it, know it. You're getting signs and synchronicities about this constantly at this stage. And so trust them. Trust that every time you are in the dark liminal space, in and facing the unknown, that it is because you have been planted and it is part of your growth, right? Okay, that's what I have for you. Oh, I see one over here. Sometimes some sneak around. So this is my community coral. And I feel like this time shift, this enlightenment, and your resilience and your truth, this is all what is helping you determine friend from foe, helping you to utilize and accept and trust collaboration and co-creation. Okay, there's the messages for today. I hope there was something good in there for you to think about, to consider, and to fill you with love and hope as we move one day at a time, growing older every day, right? And being more balanced in release and with grace in being, however we are. Okay, love you, appreciate you, and I hope to see you next time in another reading. Love you. Bye for now.